Okay. Here we are. I'm LavanFirestorm. I will be running Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and I do need the result for the file name bid war.
One second.
Yep.
We actually don't have one.
I heard there was one.
Was there one?
There isn't?
I heard there was one.
Well, I read that weird. Okay, the file name is PIDB.
So, does anybody have any guess what PIDB stands for? Anybody?
Pesto.
Pesto is Debesto. Okay, you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Sinak. I also somewhat run this game as well. I'm a admin on the Link to the Past randomizer Discord. Do a bunch of stuff there. That's me.
I'm Janaceel. I have somewhat run this game. I've mostly done a lot of the rando.
Yeah. So we're all ready to go. So I'll give you a countdown. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. We're gonna start out here. Link is waking up, and his uncle is gonna run away. That's all of his text is saying, "Go save the princess," essentially. It's all in Japanese. We run on the Japanese 1.0 cartridge, just because there is a lot of, like, A, there's less text, and B, there's just some glitches you can only do in the 1.0 cartridge.
Yeah.
I hope you like thunderstorm sounds.
I'm gonna fall asleep to this. Look at you pumping.
Look at me pumping.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, pretty standard start for a Zelda game. You gotta go start out, get your sword and shield.
There's a bunch of stuff, says you can like charge a spin, blah blah blah. You got your sword. And then we're gonna skip lamp number 2. We're gonna get that one later.
Yeah, there are a lot of chests in this game. What, 215 of them? I think that's accurate.
214?
214? Okay.
No, it's 212.
We do not open most of them. No.
Yeah.
Most of them have nothing useful. I've heard this speedrun be described as doing 1,000 individual speedrun rooms perfectly. There's a lot of RNG in each room. There's a lot of different patterns you need to know. It's kind of a nightmare.
Oh, it's a good guard spin. Yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna rescue the princess. Basically do a bunch of stuff correctly.
We're gonna rescue the princess the first time.
Yes. So what we're talking about earlier about pumping, right, is Lavan is pushing left and right as he's going to, or up and down as he's going to the left. That way the game moves you further than you normally would. Just to kind of put it simply, basically. You save a little bit of time. We're only going to do that until we get boots. And then boots makes everything better.
Everybody likes going fast.
Yep, boots is faster, easier on the hands.
Alright, so the first fight here, you're gonna he's going for pot strat. So this guard here will take 8 slashes, or just 2 pots, or just a combination of the 2. Let me grab the lamp. That's there's 3 places you can get the lamp, and that's the 3rd spot. It's the most convenient place to get it. The game gives you a lot of options.
Yeah, it saves you a menu.
Yep.
Because you want to have the boomerang equipped. For many reasons. It is useful for stunning guards and picking up keys.
Beep. Beep.
I'm
Beep.
sorry.
The beeps of shame here.
Beeps of shame. I have the beeps of shame because I took too much damage. It's okay. The beeps will be going away soon. I'm gonna grab a safety heart. There. Now it is quiet again.
Sweet silence for now.
For now being the key.
Alright. Zelda's telling Link to go up to the throne room.
So we're gonna go through the secret passage and behind the thrones.
It's so hidden.
Yeah.
Nothing looks out of place in this room.
There's no way that this is pushable. Hacks.
Wall hacks. Or safety hearts. I'm not really worried about dying in here. Everything in the sewers here does like a quarter to a half a heart of damage, but
The rope RNG just wasn't there though.
yeah.
And then there's a small key, kind of important for this door up ahead.
Locked doors. Who locks doors in a sewer?
I mean, they got to keep the security up. I mean, they just put the key right there, so
Yeah.
I guess, or whatever, I suppose.
Wow, that's some good RNG.
Yeah.
Rat coming right down for me.
Key
The
rat.
other rat, you know.
Key rat was nice to you.
things.
Yeah. And we're about ready to get out of here. Be sure to pick the right switch.
Yeah, if you pick the left switch, you get extra enemies. And there we go. We have successfully saved the princess. Game over. Good game, right? Isn't that how it works?
I mean, if we were doing an escape percent speed run now.
Oh shoot! I need to keep playing. Okay, I'll keep going. So I pick up a couple of extra little chests here that you don't technically need for the run. One of them is right there. It's the Sanctuary Heart. Just gives me a little bit of extra life for like marathon safety.
Yeah.
Like some of the bosses will kill you in 3 hits if you don't have the Sank Heart, but it takes 4 if you have it. So it is well worth the 2 to 3 seconds that it takes to go get it.
Yeah. That's pretty much one. Isn't that one of the last safeties
it's
you
the
really
last-
cut from the run?
It's the last safety you cut from the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. It's not out of the way at all.
Yeah.
So this category is NMG, no save and quit any percent, or any percent no save and quit. NMG means no major glitches, which means we're not going to use anything that's considered major. You'll see some minor glitching. We'll point those out to you when you see them. The pumping was one of them. Well, is it really a
No, pumping
glitch?
is not. No, pumping isn't a glitch. That's just mechanics.
Just mechanics. Yeah. No save and quit. We don't save and quit for this run. At least we shouldn't be.
Unless something goes wrong.
Yeah. And then any percent, well, that's any percent.
However much stuff you want to get.
Yep.
I have previously run randomizers of this game for MWSF Fest and 100%. The 100% run of this game has a lot of RNG in it. Like 2 very heavy RNG parts that can just take like 5-10 minutes each if it goes poorly. So any percent is much more safe for marathons.
So Lavan did skip a safety. There is a bunch of rupees that you can get to buy another bottle. I think you're only going 1 bottle this
I'm
time, right?
not getting any bottles.
Oh, you're not. You're going 0 bottle. All right.
No, the only safeties I'll be getting Sank Heart, obviously, and I'll be getting powder.
Okay.
So that room right there, if you walk in a specific area, you only spawn 2 out of the 5 possible Stelphos in that room.
The other 2 spawn in a wall and then don't. As a result, don't spawn.
Yep, spawn in a wall, never see them.
Yep, so then you know where the other two are at. Yeah, you hit them with pots.
Literally
move on your
as
way.
they spawn.
Yep. It's a pretty fun trick to learn. Saves a decent amount of time, especially in the early run.
Yes. Coming up here, we have the first reset point of the run, anti-fairy skip. I'll be taking a damage boost in order to move past a circle of anti-fairies to pick up a pot. If I don't get it, I'll have to kill all the enemies in the room. It's really consistent to set up though, so I'm not super worried about it.
Yeah, basically you just kind of slide underneath this popo, D-boost,
And there we go.
and there you go.
Hey, look, a chest.
And that's our big key, that's what it was telling us. And then we get out of here.
No, we have to go kill the boss before we can get out of here.
Oh, well, I mean.
And get the bow.
Oh, we do need the bow, that's kind of
We do
important.
need the bow. That's very important.
I was saying the room, but...
Oh,
Oh, and there's our bow. Those pots do lead to a fairy room if you need them by any chance, but in this case,
I almost missed. That would have been awkward.
yeah. And those mimic, those Igors, they run on a cycle. So if you miss, then you're gonna spend a bunch of time waiting for those for the Igor's eye to reopen.
Yeah, you can only damage them when you shoot them in the eye.
Yep.
Cannonballs.
Yeah.
What?
And this guy is why we need the bow. He only takes damage from arrows, but yeah, we got him. Spin. We're gonna one cycle. Oh no.
Just missed. I have the first actual boss of the game, the Armos Knights, set up in the corner up here. 2, 3, 4, 5 arrows there. Oh, nope. Got away. Missed the quick kill. One of them just got away. Like ideally, you kill two of them at the same time. The last two die together,
Yeah.
and then
Because
never turn red.
If it does turn red, it's health resets.
Yes.
So even if you put 2 arrows in it, you're gonna have to put another 3 in it if it turns red. So
So right now we are collecting the 3 pendants in order to pull the Master Sword out of the pedestal. Go save the princess again.
yeah.
She's really good at getting captured, let me tell you.
So I heard you like text mashing.
I mean, this isn't even a lot of text, man.
This one's pretty slow.
This one's
That's pretty light. But
My controller's not breaking yet.
we're gonna get ourselves our boots, and now we can actually play the game now.
Now we can go. Now we can actually go. First thing we're gonna do with our boots is break a wall.
Yeah. We're gonna grab some cash out of the back.
Don't you break walls by running into them? If you just dash into a wall, it breaks, right?
I mean, you break something.
So you're gonna see me going super fast here. That is the spin speed glitch. If you charge a sword spin and then immediately after releasing it, hit the dash button, you become unable to use your sword, but you go really fast in any direction.
Yeah, it's one of the primary reasons why we play on 1.0. There's a few other glitches. That one's exclusive to the Japan 1.0 version of this game, though. So if you have like your card at home or you're playing this on the Switch, you're not gonna be able to do that. All right, so he's setting up another spin speed, so that we can just go through here and get into the library and rescue this book from this ledge right here.
Yeah, somebody put a book up there where nobody can reach it, so I have to run into the shelf and break my head to get it off.
Just think if he did that in a real library.
Oh, jeez.
The whole shelf would fall over.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be happy with you either, so we're gonna spin speed out of here. so go ahead.
A lot of those spin speeds don't actually save a lot of time.
Yeah. This
But-
feels nice.
Yeah, it feels good to go fast. Shocking, I know. Yeah, in order to actually activate the spin speed, you do need to step off of a staircase or a ladder. You can't just do it in the overworld. Otherwise, you're doing it all the time.
I'm actually kind of grateful for that.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to dash over and we're going to go into our second dungeon here, Desert Palace. Go ahead and just use the book to open this.
Same, yeah.
You can actually skip that. It's actually longer unless you push a button. I never knew that as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it actually just sits there forever, doesn't it?
I think it eventually times out. I don't know because like I haven't done it in a while. Or there's a bonk.
There's the first bonk. First unintentional bonk.
Yeah. So I am donating $2 for every unintended bonk of the run.
Oh. I'm gonna run up the count now, you know that.
Oh,
right?
those become intended. That's the problem.
Oh, shoot. You're right.
I'll word lawyer you all day long. All right, so we go ahead and grab that key. And we're going to use this to free the big key on the left side, or the right side of Desert Palace. Get my left and right correct.
It's okay, you don't have a controller that has L and R on it to tell you which one's left and right.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lost.
I mean, not that I ever can use the L and R buttons because they don't do anything in this game.
Kill room, bad cannonball RNG. Probably because he got slowed down a little bit. No, these are all on the same. This is on one super tile, so.
That is all RNG. Yeah.
So, all right. So a super tile. All right, I'll explain that a little bit here. So this game is broken up into basically 2x2 screens in the underworld and the overworld, for that matter. All of the basically when you enter at super tile, which is a 2x2, you have all of your enemies, everything loads for that 2x2 square room. And that includes like the larger rooms where they're connected together. So like you have this right here where, like down below, where this room is larger than one screen. This is all one super tile right here. And the entire game is broken up like that.
I knew there was a reason I put you on the couch.
Yeah. So if I ever say that term, like that's what I mean, right? That like that can matter in certain circumstances. We'll see later.
So here you will see me do something called a key dash. All right, it's called a dash. You just go right through the door. You don't have to stop after opening the door.
Yeah, it's basically a 4-pixel window.
No,
it's a 1-pixel window
1 pixel.
every 4 pixels.
Every 4 pixels away from the door.
And yeah, so if you hit the door at the right pixel, you'll dash right through it. If not, you'll bonk and it'll cost Synac $2.
Yep.
So
you will see me go for one later where it is completely RNG whether or not I get it. Yes, I go for the Helmasaur key dash.
Oh, you do?
Every
Nice.
time.
All right.
Now we have what I feel is the worst boss in this game, Land Molus.
This is also another reset point. You have a lot of arrows though, so you should be all right. You should have some arrows to spare.
Oh, the first 2. Third one kind of got away.
Yeah, and
then everything falls apart. Yep.
Yeah, because like the spawn pattern for the Landmos initially, that's all like deterministic, but then after that, it just becomes an RNG fest. Oh boy. I'll be quiet.
Now we play safe.
All right.
So we are down to 1 Land Molus. They fire direction.
There we
fire
go.
in all 8 directions. Ugh,
It's not the. I mean, it's not the worst Landmo ever. You survived it.
You know,
And you still have arrows left.
any dead boss is a good boss.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. This is why they don't let me near things. I'll watch where my hands go from now on. I can get kind of animated. right. Well, all right. That's $2, isn't it? Yep.
That wasn't a bonk. That was me running into something, but it didn't knock me back. I don't know.
Okay, you're word warning me now. So, all right, we'll do that. All right, $2. All right. All right. So we're
So
still
coming
at
up
$1.
here, we will see the other reason why we run on one of the other reasons why we want to run on the 1.0 glitch or 1.0 card. This is the fake flippers. You will see. Typically, you need the flippers in order to swim. Yeah, I don't have time to go get the flippers yet. I'll be getting them later.
So,
So, one of the problems with the fake flipper glitch is if you take any damage while you're in the fake flipper state, you soft lock the game.
yeah.
So,
So the way that works is the game. So when you jump into the water like that and you immediately screen transition, the game doesn't check to see if you have flippers because it something in Scylla, right?
it assumes you have the flippers
Yeah.
because you started out the screen in the water.
Exactly. And the initial check doesn't run because it doesn't have time to before you do the screen transition.
Yep.
So, but the thing is that if you take damage, the game now runs that check. It sees you're not supposed to be in the water, and it tries to put you where you were. But the problem is that if you're on a new super tile, like I mentioned before, so if you're on a new screen, the game doesn't know where to put you, and it gets super confused, and you just start infinitely scrolling if you don't properly save and quit out of it. There is a way to rescue it.
There is?
Yes, there is.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't touch the controller, just save and quit immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Just get out of there. I mean, obviously your run's no longer valid, but that's generally the accepted way to handle that when you're racing NMG. Then you have to like go back to where you were before and
Here we have RNG Fest, Death Mountain. You see those cabbages falling from the sky and the dead rocks. That is all RNG. It's a pain in the butt.
bunny.
It's a bunny.
Just
We have
don't-
a bunny back here.
Yep. Yeah. I'll also watch where I'm turning. You don't want to talk to the bully or the thing that's being bullied because they have like a mountain of text. Generally, it's avoidable unless you're not really paying attention at all. All right.
So now we will be using this mirror, which we got from the old man, to warp the beginning of a lot of dungeons. Stuff getting in the way.
The mirror is like the best. Like it.
Yes, the mirror allows. It's almost as important as the boots when it comes to going fast. Now we have the tile room. So we've got a solid minute here of essentially cutscene. So if we have any plugs or donations, now's a great time.
I have an important announcement, though.
Sure.
We have met the incentive for Kirby and the Amazing Mirror.
Woo!
Shasta is going to be running that right after this.
Perfect.
Nice.
And we do have a couple donations. One from M. Kostler for $10 with no comment, and Anonymous $20 that just says, Corby!
M. Kostler, he's a familiar name, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
And a $25 anonymous donation. Good luck on your run, Lavin.
You did say, you said it yourself that you were going to deliberately butcher my name. So, please be mad.
All right. Well, we made it through the coffee break room. That was 45 seconds of tiles. We got our big key, and now we need to deal with these beetles. We gotta kill all three of them. Just kind of.
I am a little low on hearts, so I am not going to be bomb jumping here.
You gonna
Just because Death Mountain was a little rough.
hit safety switch? No.
I'm not going to hit safety switch. I'm just going to not bomb jump.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's a pretty risky bomb jump too. If you mess that up, you fall 2 floors, you waste a bunch of time. You're probably hitting the reset button on your console.
Yeah. So, like, we are currently going up to this floor. Ideally, you only go up to this floor after you have the Moon Pearl. We're gonna jump down here because you can use a bomb to make it across this gap.
And then
However, being low on HP, I'm just gonna play it a little safe.
you just bomb jump across and then, jeez.
Jeez, dongos.
and then you just like bonk across back and.
No, you just walk back.
Oh, you walk back. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Dash past the bumper.
All right. So this guy seems completely random, but he does have a pattern to him. But yeah, this guy also can be a destroyer of runs, especially if you fall down that middle hole. That's 2 floors. That can get. That's a lot of time.
What?
All right. So he'll do like this. He'll do like this random phase, and then he'll spend time charging at you.
Okay, and then after you hit it, you need to hit him 6 times. After 5 times, he speeds up.
There you go.
So if you are holding your sword out and holding away from the pit, you cannot fall into the pit unless you get hit from the side and then are no longer holding your sword out. So that's kind of like a safe way to finish off the boss.
Yeah, if he knocks you off, his HP resets and it's awful.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So now we have collected all 3 of the pendants. Now we're going to go get the Master Sword. And then Sahasrara is going to tell us that, oh no, the princess has been kidnapped again. You know, some days she'll learn to protect herself. I won't need to go rescue her. It's like the premise of every Zelda game ever, is go save the princess.
Alright.
Yeah,
if you
thinking I would bonk there.
if you don't cancel that dash in time, yeah, you'll bonk, you'll fall into that hole, you have to do it all over again. It's not fun. It's a nice cancel. 8 out of 10. Oh.
3? 3?
A 3 box?
That's 3 bonks.
All right.
I'm gonna pick up that mushroom on the way back. Where did that card come from?
Surprise.
Surprise, bush guard.
They're completely random. I don't know like what the exact % chance of them coming up in you.
It's like 5.
4.
4. Or was that intentional? You'll never know.
Oh, man. I'm gonna get blood dry here.
So now so like I said, now hey look, we have the Master Sword. Congratulations. It's the Master Sword. That makes it the best sword in the game, right?
For now, yeah.
Yeah, the best sword we get for now.
It can do things like sword beams and...
No, I can't. Not right now.
Oh, no, not right now.
And now, here we are. Oh, look. Did you know that the princess has been kidnapped? You need to go get her from the castle. Okay, I guess we'll go do that. Grab this mushroom. If you grab the mushroom on the way through the first time, it respawns, which is why I grab it on the way out. That is the only other optional item that I will be getting, is that which turns into the magic powder, which is probably the most powerful safety in the game.
Oh, by far. Yeah, you can just... Because most of the later... pretty much all the Dark World dungeons have anti-fairies in them. Do any of them not have anti-fairies?
That bonk.
Oh, there's that fence dash. That's the easier one, though. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, all of the later dungeons have anti-fairies, except for I think Swamp doesn't, but... So now we're going to go into Aghanim's Tower. If this is the randomizer, anytime you go into the Aghanim's Tower, you are very sad because it takes about 5 minutes and it usually doesn't unlock anything. However, you know, we're not doing randomizer, we just get to...
He's gonna tap against the door here. He's gonna set up these ball and chain guards so that he can just like
They
spin them.
Dead.
One of the faster ways of dealing with them. Actually, I think it's probably the fastest strat for that.
There is a faster strat that
Okay.
involves using the bow. It's also a lot harder to execute, and I'm a little low on arrows.
It's a good reason not to do it then. So there's another key well hidden in the same room that has the key door.
What? Why was that guard there?
Guards. You must have aggroed it at some point.
Yeah, once again, RNG. This game has it's 1,000 rooms. that almost all of them have RNG in them.
That was rude.
I know. That guard is supposed to be down, not up.
Now you're out of there. Alright. At least this guy is they're at least doing a seriously! Where is his Aga Tower?
These guards are on point today.
I know.
He's got like this, you got like 360 no scoped by a SNES enemy, so there you go.
I got one thing going for me. That guard went down. If that guard goes to the left, you have to wait for him to go past before you can throw the pots, and it's slow.
You have more health now than you had in practice. Nice. Alright, so here is another RNG heavy part of the run.
Not yet. First, we have to save the princess.
Oh, okay.
There she is.
Alright, we're gonna save her?
Okay, we're gonna save her. We found her. Uh-oh.
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 What's he doing? It's a wizard. He's a goddamn wizard. Poof. She's gone.
Alright, well,
Okay, we failed.
we'll go find her later, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now, however, are we gonna get out of this room? Oh, look, a door.
Alright, now it's time for the RNG Fest. So, this first shot's guaranteed. This will always be reflectable, but then after that, each shot after that is a 50-50. So, alright, we roll heads on that one.
Roll tails on that one. So there's one.
One blue ball.
Okay, one is good. Then after every 4 balls, we have a lightning phase. Where you stay up top, dodge lightning. And then the first one after a lightning phase is always reflected. And then 3 that are 50-50, and so on and so forth. Rinse and repeat until the boss is dead.
Oh, alright. Oh, this RNG is looking a lot better, isn't it?
You said something. Okay.
Oh,
Only 2. That's not bad.
That's below the statistical average. So statistically, on average, you're going to see about 3 blue balls a run.
I wasn't paying attention. Was that 3?
That was 2.
That was 2.
That was 2?
two.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did better than normal. In fact, the leaderboard for NMG on speedrun.com, they actually track that. That's a column there when you submit it.
How many of those were there?
And I think the world record does have a blue ball right now?
No, it's 0.
No, it's 0? All right.
Yeah, the world record for this category, did they break sub 122? Is it 121 now?
I should know this. I really should.
I should also know this, so...
I do know that this run is highly optimized at this point. It's a highly competitive run.
well, there are people that are highly competitive at it.
Yeah.
I am average at best. But it's a fun game. I enjoy doing it. Sometimes. When it's going decently well, I enjoy doing it.
So this is why we had to steal those rupees from Sahasrara.
So this little monkey up here, Kiki, can steal them from us.
Yep, monkey will extort us.
Yeah. Oh, hey, if you want me to follow you, I need 10 rupees. Okay, sure. I'll give you 10 rupees because I want to have a companion in life.
Yeah, and if you get hit, he runs away. So there's that. But we're not going to do that.
Now we have to give them 100 more rupees to open this dungeon. Link is very gullible.
I mean, it's a service. I mean, in today's economy, you do what you do.
So this is the dungeon that uses the magical mirror the most. I will be using it quite often to warp back to the start of the dungeon. Pretty much you pick up one chest and then go back to the start, and then pick up another chest and then go back to the start.
there's several mirrors in this dungeon, so
There are also multiple different routes you can take in what order you get the chests, and they're almost break even. I think this one is like maybe half a second faster if done optimally.
grab the small key there. So you're gonna grab the big key right now, or?
Yep.
All right.
How else am I gonna get the hammer?
It's true. So you fall down. It's a solid menu. Menuing is pretty important in this run.
Yes.
Fortunately, since you kind of know what you've got and what your inventory is, you pretty much can just remember, for the most part, what you have to push.
Coming up here, we have probably one of the more difficult tricks of the run. We have the hammer jump. If you want to go into a little bit more detail about
Sure.
that, that'll be great, because
All right, so it's a.
I forgot to get the key.
Do you forget that chest?
I forgot to get the key.
Oh, let me show off another glitch here. You can. All right. Yeah, you can just bonk across the other way.
Yeah, we'll go backwards.
So what happens here is that what LaVon's gonna do is line himself up on the correct pixel here, just horizontal or vertically, the correct vertical pixel. The horizontally doesn't matter, only matters a little bit. And then he's going to use the bottom of this bomb here. He's gonna figure all that out. He's gonna figure out it's a setup. And he's gonna get the MC hammer. Can't touch this.
That is 2 pixel perfect setups, but there's a lot of cues you can use on the screen in order to make them consistent. The thing that makes it hard is you have the timer of the bridge collapsing behind you.
Yeah. There's like a no buffer setup for that, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's some people who've really perfected it. But so that hammer jump though, it saves us having to go dash all the way up, over, and then grab a key there, and then go back over and do the dark maze normally. It saves a good amount of time. So
it saves about, I want to say it's 30 seconds to a minute.
Alright, we're gonna delete these mimics quick. And LaVon has his sword beams. So
saves a menu.
Yeah, you don't have the menu to because you don't have to go to the hammer here in a second. And if you don't have to go to a ranged weapon to hit that switch, it saves a little bit of time. You want to minimize your menuing in this run, because it does take some time.
That is a lot of the optimization is how many times do you need to hit that menu button.
And then the rest of this isn't too bad.
Except for Helmasaur.
Helmasaur, I'm sure you'll work something out with him.
We're gonna hammer it out. What? Turtle? Please.
Hammer out your differences? Is that like the phrase?
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
So right here, I'm gonna go for this is a 1 in 4 hit. Nope.
Oh!
A 1 in 4 chance of being in the right pixel. There is no setup for it. I go for it every time.
I'm at 5 bonks now? I think so. 5 or 6. Alright. Take a bunch of hits to the helm here, and then... So when the sword is extended like that, so when he has his sword extended and then he uses the hammer, it actually extends the hitbox. Are you mentioning that, or?
I was focusing.
Okay. So that's fair. So he's holding out his hammer, right? And when he uses the hammer with the sword out, it extends the hitbox a little bit, makes getting those hits a lot easier. There's another way you can do a spin. You can set up a spin speed and then also hammer and get the extended hitbox, but that's a little harder. It's a safer strat. And
so now we have another big text mashing session. So take it away.
Cool. I have a $5 donation from Firebird Lover. Well, this is just wild. All the runners I've hosted for are hosting back to back. As long as the hosts continue this train, I have to keep on donating. And we still have Pokemon names as Bid War is going on right now. We have Groudon, Kyogre, Latios, and Mudkip. Groudon is currently at Lamar for $5. Kyogre is Kendrick at $5, which also has one Yeeter for $1. Latios is still, of course, for $5. Latios does not have a name currently, so even $1 will give it a name. And Mudkip is currently tied with Chocolate and Kipper for $5, and Go to Bed Gooby for $1.
Does that fit in a Pokemon name?
It's a good question.
Okay, so we have completed the first Dark World dungeon. We do these dungeons way out of the intended order.
Yeah, we're on our way to the fourth dungeon
4.
intended.
Yep, dungeon 4. 1, then 4.
Remember the correct route here.
Yeah, don't go the wrong way. It's important.
Oh, and by the way, we did show a glitch that we hadn't seen yet. That was that hammer dash you did earlier.
Yep, that is the only time you will see it.
Yeah,
No, that's true. I'll do it once again.
See, so when Levon holds down Y and A on the same frame, Link will dash with the hammer out, and you'll get the properties of that hammer, except you won't actually do damage to enemies.
Don't go back into the portal. I'm not playing 100%.
Yeah.
Sorry, mental note, out loud.
All right. 6. 7?
I think 7.
7? All right.
Raising money for charity.
Yeah, it's 7.
Bonks for charity.
Right here we will have Usain Bolt, the fastest guard in Hyrule. Oh good, we made it past him. That is one of the very important uses of the spin speed. There is no way to get past that guard without taking damage or defeating him. Unless you have the spin speed. And we are going to free this goose. It's a goose.
Yeah. 07.
Some kind of bird. Looks kind of like an albatross, maybe. A duck. Duck.
Duck.
Duck.
The duck. The goose.
Okay.
The goose is loose. The duck is amok. There's a few other things people say.
Somehow, that little tiny bird can carry Link.
It's quite the muscles.
Don't ask me how. We're going to go here. We're going to get, like I was saying, the magical powder, which can turn anti-fairies into fairies, which will restore all of my health. Hopefully I don't need it, but I probably will.
It is better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Marathon safety.
And it's time for Thieves Town.
Yep, time for Thieves Town.
It's probably one of the simpler Dark World dungeons, I would probably say.
Probably.
Yeah. It's not terribly large.
Dungeon 1, Palace of Darkness, is where a lot of any percent runs go to die, just because Helmasaur is a pain in the butt. There's another one of those hammer dashes. You saw Link running with the hammer out and just hammering pegs as he went past. I stopped that bonk for you. You're welcome.
I'll get $2 later.
No, just give it to the charity. You can call it a bonk if you want, because it was going to be.
Oh, I don't know. Like, you know, I gotta keep myself strict here.
This is another one of those dungeons. This one you see a lot of the chests that we just don't open because we know they have, you know, the map, the compass, rupees, stuff we don't really need. All of the rupees we get are routed into the chests we do open. After this dungeon, we'll be opening 2 chests that each contain 300 rupees that we'll be using to purchase the flippers. Remember to actually pick up the key.
Pick up the key.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, there you go.
There we go. Okay. Success. Great success. Special delivery.
Yes.
Do you want to show off the special delivery, Sinak?
Sure, all right, so the 2D Con folks, they actually created a trading card game for this 2D Con, and they're actually really cool. And we got ourselves treated with the ones for Gooby.
They say, "Go to bed, Gooby."
And it's empty. I'm not sure if you want to get like a zoom on that or not.
The bed is empty. Oh man.
Yeah, get a better picture of it. They're quite awesome. I had the pleasure to kind of like snoop in on the channel as they were developing them, and
there are a lot of them, and they are great.
They are amazing. Especially Gooby, he's fairly accurate.
He never goes to bed.
This is good. These are so good though. They're well done, and it's those small little things that really make the conventions like this great.
It's the little things that honestly I miss about in-person events like this.
Like I was super excited to come here to 2D Con. Like this is my first convention since that time, so I'm just excited to be here right now.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not excited to be.
Saved. We got bailed out.
Here. That was close.
We get this key. Right, we need
I'm gonna
this.
get out of this room. I don't want to be in there anymore.
That almost went to shambles.
We're gonna rescue this maiden that's locked behind a cell.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. It's a maiden.
And I will be performing a minor glitch that actually loses time. I'm going to give this warning now. There's an epilepsy warning coming up in about a minute, a little under a minute. You'll see why when I get there. Assuming this goes properly.
There we go.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is totally intended. The screen always looks like this. So if you are dashing into this room and you hit select at the correct frame, or like when you're on the correct pixel, the game just kind of doesn't know what to do and the colors get all wonky. It looks like this.
Fun fact, that's the only time he's going to hit select this entire run.
Yep. And now we have another, solid 30, 40 seconds of tech smashing. So take it away.
There we go. Now we don't have any donations, but I can say if you're enjoying the marathon, please consider following Midwest Speed Fest. In addition to our regular speedrun marathons, we occasionally interview runners in a podcast format as part of our Runner Spotlight series.
Hey, I'm one of the people that does that.
Yeah. Nice.
Self-plugging.
It's poor controller. It's getting some abuse right now.
That's harder.
Controller ASMR.
Yeah,
So now we're gonna go collect some rupees. I'm just gonna break into people's houses. Fine. Oh, I missed the hut.
As you do.
That's not good. Now I'm short a bomb again.
well, I wish you luck, sir.
Yep. May the odds ever be in my favor. Isn't that the meme? Yeah? Something like that? That's a movie quote. Yeah, references. I'm gonna go rescue Jeremiah the Frog here.
He is a good friend of mine.
I would say he's Kermit, but he's brown, not green.
Joy to the world. No, never mind. And I got the song stuck in my head.
You're welcome. That was the goal.
Well, I hope everybody else here has it stuck in their head too, because I gotta share the misery, right? Or the joy to the world. Alright, so we're gonna get our tempered sword. This isn't strictly a required sword, but the NMG route gets it because it does save time, believe it. You got it?
I think so. Yeah. Nice. Into the door.
So yeah, the tempered sword does save some time during the course of the run. Like it does speed up the Ganon fight.
It speeds up the game by about 10 minutes.
Really? Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, more than a few seconds. So
we go out of our way to get it.
Yeah, and that's even like the world record run even grabs it.
I got the fence dash.
Wow.
I got the fence dash. I'm saving
like,
you $2.
I know what I'm fine with that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and rob the rest of the money here in the Village of Outcasts.
I no longer need any more money.
Yep, we're set for life.
I have Rey Mysterio money.
I was just thinking that.
Wrestling references in a Zelda game. Yeah.
Oh, what's wrestling? All right, so we're actually going to go into the middle of Skullwoods first. All right. So this screen and the screen above it are on the same super tile. So the speed that Lavan finishes this room can really dictate how the enemies in here look. And that was a very, very clean
I am
lobby there.
proud of myself for that one.
That was an excellent.
That was crisp.
Yeah, that doesn't always happen. Those Gibdos can really get in your way and really ruin you, like they did in practice. And then if that Wall Master comes down, they can grab you, and then it's just in shambles at that point. Yeah. You got the spin speed set? Oh no, you're.
I do not do the spin speed setup because I always fall into it.
Alright. Then we're gonna grab a rod that is on the warm side.
Rippies.
Yep. And then we've got all the equipment we need out of here. We're just gonna grab the crystal and
That wasn't there before.
Yeah.
That's another one of those just RNG things that.
It's like I want to say like a 5% chance anytime you go through a bush there is an enemy there.
Yeah. It just happens. You just gotta learn to accept it.
Yep.
You can dash a little higher, but then that costs a little bit of time, so then you gotta balance it out. Alright, so we've already grabbed the key, so we can go ahead and not grab the key. That takes a very long time to grab in that chest right there. And just keep going forward.
Grab some extra hearts and some extra magic in here.
Yeah, there's a faster way to do this room, but if you wanted to grab some of the stuff in this pots, you gotta kind of take this way instead. Alright. Give those, please. Ah, good enough. Got the fire rod dash, that's nice.
I am a bunny. I do not want to be a bunny in this room.
Dance. Alright. You're through. And then we're going to fight Mothula. So Mothula is a fun fight. So if Mothula is in contact with these spikes right here, Mothula doesn't take damage. So he has to do... wow, that was actually pretty smooth. Yeah, like Mothula can really become a mess really quick if...
Stays above the spikes.
Stays above the spikes, because the spikes do the same class of damage as the gold sword.
That doesn't matter. We don't have the gold sword.
Yeah, well, if you have the gold sword, it'd be immune. But the idea though is, while trying to take damage from the spikes, you can't take damage from other sources because it's immune to the spikes. It's kind of weird.
If Mothula could take damage from the spikes,
it'd be a very fast
they
fight.
would be very instantly dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those spikes are everywhere.
Because the game doesn't really care, like, if it's Link or an enemy, like, damage does damage for the most part. There's some hard-coded cases, but
Yeah.
there's more text.
Yeah, we were talking. It's fine.
Yeah.
All of the text. My fingers are starting to hurt from all this text smashing.
That controller is starting to really feel the burn, huh?
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just so long as it doesn't break on me like the one I had in practice last week.
Are you sure about that? We have
Yeah.
a $10 donation from L of a N's controller. Save me.
It's sentient now. Yeah, it can think for itself. I think that raises kind of like an ethical problem now, doesn't it?
Yeah. I kind of don't want to punch it so hard now.
Oh, I think it still deserves it. Go for it.
Would that be an OSHA violation or?
Ooh.
An abuse,
Controller. Wow. I don't know. We're getting into the realm of super hypotheticals right now.
So this is the best link face in the world. As we're bonking here and frozen in midair, you can see Link's like, oh no, what's happening to me? That is to set up a quick warp. If you warp on a specific set of X and Y coordinates, your mirror just goes a little bit faster, and that one is completely free to set up. So there's no reason not to.
Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pay off King Zora and get ourselves some flippers. The only reason why we actually need this is for Swamp Palace. That's the only reason.
These are the most expensive flippers I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
They are 500 rupees.
They're high quality flippers though.
For reference, I paid 10 rupees for my sword.
But they liked you.
I did save their life.
Yeah,
I suppose.
exactly. I mean, it was kind of like a... See, King Zora doesn't owe you anything, so...
Enemies, please.
Alright, at least now he's no longer fake flippering, so taking that damage isn't that big of a deal.
Now I have the real fake flippers.
Real fake flippers? Yeah. Alright, and into Ice Palace that we go.
In this dungeon, you will see me open exactly 0 chests. The item that you get from here is the blue mail, and it is completely unnecessary. I'm not even sure if you can key dash that door.
If you did, you may have jingle glitched. So it probably kind of worked out. Plus now, 8.
Yeah, there are hidden chests in some of these rooms. You kill all the enemies, the chest appears. We don't need anything out of this dungeon, so we are going to pretty much skip the entire thing using a bomb jump.
Which you're kind of low on bombs here.
I am aware. This is a bomb. Yes.
Yeah. Resource management's a big deal, like in speedrunning in general, right? And
Yep.
Link to the Past really is no different in that regard.
And just to give myself a couple of extra tries, I'm going to grab these 2 guaranteed bombs. Right here we have, this is the trick that saves the most time, because this dungeon is long. You have to, doing it the normal way, you have to go through the entire dungeon 3 times?
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, it's like, it's a bunch of looping, and it's just not fun. And instead, we're just gonna shortcut all this. It's, Nope.
0 for 1. That's good?
It looks good,
There
yeah.
we go. Second try.
These
Not going to get knocked into
Yeah,
the
just
pit.
take a little care there, yeah.
Yep.
So what that was, you probably do a better job explaining it to me, actually. You go for
So Ice Palace bomb jump right there. It's 2 specific pixels you have to set the bomb on. You set the bomb on one pixel and you have to move to a different pixel. You can tell which pixel you need to be on by looking at the number of floor pixels you can see underneath Link's shadow. At least that's what I use. Some people use the positioning of Link's hat. Playing the randomizer with different sprites, I started using the shadow because not every sprite has the same hat.
Whereas the shadow is guaranteed, mostly.
The shadow is similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so normally those pegs would be in a different position, and we wouldn't have been able to just push that block and fall down the hole here.
And for marathon safe, you come up here.
Because into the room to the right, there's a crystal switch to... You'd have to go down there, go back up, go back down.
It's slow.
You can circumvent some of that if you do Misery Mire first for the Cane of Samaria, but in this case, it's still the fastest just to do the Ice Palace bomb jump.
Yep.
There is a glitch called Icebreaker, but it's not legal in this category. That can save even a bit more time, but yeah, we don't do it here. Break the shell. If you miss a shot, it's in shambles. But we're still good.
So, we are now in one-hit KO mode. If I get touched by one of these puffs, I am dead. I do not want to be dead, so we're going to play a little safe.
There we go.
Perfect.
Nice.
Alright, saved.
And once again, we have some text mashing, so do we have anything to plug?
No donations, however, Midwest Speedfest 2021 is being restreamed in French and Japanese by our friends over at Baguette Restream and Japanese Restream, respectively. You can find the French restream at twitch.tv/baguette_restream and the Japanese restream at twitch.tv/Japanese_restream. We've worked with both of these groups before, and we're very thankful to have their support once again.
Thank you.
I saw you reaching for it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to go all the way over there because
Yep.
then it's about the time then I power off your console and then I become a meme. And I really don't want to become a meme for that reason.
Well, now you just became a meme for grabbing a baguette.
Oh,
No, he got handed a baguette. I grabbed it.
yeah.
Okay.
So now we are going to head to dungeon number 2. Right? Yeah, dungeon number 2.
Swap?
Swap is dungeon number 2.
Well, when do you go shopping?
I guess I'd be going shopping first, but yeah.
You gonna do shopping first?
Yeah,
Alright.
I do my shopping here. It's a little bit slower to do it here, but it's a lot safer in the long run.
Yeah, well, we'll explain why in a second. Why this is this might be a little why this is safer. It doesn't like overall because you have the flute and all that. The time difference is kind of minimal.
The time difference is in the Death Mountain climb.
Okay.
Because if you have the hook shot, you can climb the stairs faster
Okay.
with hook speed, but I want to make sure I have sword beams for Misery Mire.
Yeah, that's fair.
So now we're going to climb RNG Mountain again.
So Levon's pushing left and right on the controller. It basically just kind of speeds you a little bit up while you're going up staircases like
Yep.
that, where you still have control of Link as you go up it. It doesn't do anything for auto staircases. But
Small optimizations.
yeah. And then we're gonna get Aether.
Ether, potato.
Yeah. And we need this guy to get into Misery Mire, so.
I still do not understand how that bird can carry Link. Like, at least in Skyward Sword, the bird is bigger than Link.
Uses steroids. It's the only answer.
I kill that Octorok over there to make the screen load just a smidge faster. So casually, you will have, playing this game casually, you get into the Dark World, you go defeat Palace of Darkness, then this is the dungeon it intends for you to go second. After deleting blocks. If you are using the mirror as you go through a block in the underworld, the game doesn't know what to do, because two things are happening at once, and...
Something, walk, breathe.
Yeah.
Yep.
This game cannot pat itself on the head while rubbing its belly. Thank you, Sinak.
Sorry, I had to.
That was the goal.
I got manipulated. Well done. All right. This is a fairly straightforward dungeon. Now I'm gonna grab a whole lot. We got that key there. There's a few other keys in this dungeon, but otherwise
This is
left side swamp.
This is very uneventful as far as dungeons go. You make it fill up with water because it is the water palace.
This dungeon would be more interesting if diver down was allowed, but alas, diver down is not a thing.
Things that are considered major glitches in the vanilla speedrun are not considered major glitches in the randomizer for
reasons.
Yeah.
Which is fine, you know.
There is a lot of overlap with the communities from a casual standpoint, but a lot of the top, like, vanilla speedrunners do not play randomizer at all.
And generally vice versa. There's a few exceptions. Andy, Arier, Blaine,
Yeah,
Bentizi.
me, wait, I am not the top tier in either, so...
It's generally considered like a separate set of skills for the most part. There's some overlap in the skills required, but specifically around movement.
I think they translate a lot better from the vanilla game to the randomizer than the other way around.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you play a lot of the randomizer, you will just get better movement.
Yep.
But that's enough for randomizer talk.
Yeah, randomizer. Alright, so we got left side swamp. We're gonna go ahead and free the big key.
From its imprisonment inside a chest.
Basically.
So you get bodied.
Oh, man. That room is just not nice to you, huh? And we're not going to mirror back to the entrance because that is slower than just running our way back to the lobby. Some dungeons, the mirror just doesn't really work at all, like with routing, and then some other dungeons like Pod, for example, is probably the biggest instance where your mirror is just big. It's a big deal. I mean, we're not hearing beeps yet, so I think we're fine.
Fine. In air quotes. Not quite on the right pixel to be able to shoot directly in between those little bars to hook shot to the chest, or to the bot.
So the left and right movement there does speed up the pushing of the block, and then basically Lavan then kind of goes over where that pot is. You just kind of mash it a couple of times, and do you usually get it like first try, or do you have to like mash A a little bit?
I have to mash it a little bit. I'm gonna grab a safety heart.
Alright. Also, Lavan grab. So the hook shot has a couple of interesting properties. Like the big one is heart duping. It's a fun little property. So if you grab a small heart drop with the hook shot, there is a chance that you'll duplicate it and you'll get the benefit of it twice. It's like a small, I don't even know how often it happens, I'm too dumb to know like the mechanics behind it. I just know that it does.
That it works.
It works sometimes, and
okay. What do you think? Can I zero cycle this?
I believe in you. Nope. All right. So what Lavan was doing there was doing some poke dashes. Some very, very, very quick poke dashes. That is not an easy strat. But if you can pull it off, it saves a bunch of time because now you don't have to. You skip a cycle on the boss. That's rude. Yeah.
Now we have the longest crystal cutscene in the game. This is Chatty Cathy. So, take it away.
Well, no new donations yet, but we still have an open name for Latios for the upcoming Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire run later today. You can also Groudon, Kyogre, Latios, and Mudkip are also Pokemon that you can donate for. The current winner for Groudon is Lamar at $5. Kyogre's is Kendrick at $5. Of course, for $5 for Latios. And Chocolate and Kipper are tied for Mudkip. And of course, Go to Bed Gooby is at $1.
So, fun behind-the-scenes story about the Go to Bed Gooby. I am part of Midwest Speedfest staff. I help run the volunteer schedule. And one of the very first things I did when I became staff is rename the admin chat to Gooby's Bedroom. It is still so named today.
It's always good to flex those Discord powers, right? The first time you get them.
Yep.
It's like almost mandatory.
Toss the bird? Don't toss the bird.
Toss.
Toss the bird?
Nah. Alright, well, now we've committed.
That's so far down.
Sacrificing frames for memes.
Yeah, I can sacrifice more frames for memes and pull out the hammer. Toss the bird for luck.
Yeah. So the good news is that Lavan has his sword beams because of the route that he chose. Makes it more likely to have your sword beams. So it's going to make this room just a little easier to deal with. These Wizzrobes are kind of obnoxious because they operate on a cycle, as you can see.
How did that not hit me?
Matrix level stuff right there. But yeah, that room can become a time sink really quick if you keep missing the cycle on the Wizzrobes.
So this dungeon here is the main reason why I get the magic powder, because there is a lot of required damage. And the boss at the end is not trivial if you are at low hearts. Because you do a lot of damage boost strats.
Yep. Rip sword beams. You didn't need
They
them
serve
anyway.
their purpose.
Yeah, they did their job.
Yep.
And sometimes it's actually kind of nice not to have sword beams.
Yeah, so the sword beams do 1 point of damage. For reference, my tempered sword here, that is... I forgot to menu. So we're going to do this way.
Alright, so when Lavan remembered the menu here, so when you push the block, the block doesn't exist as far as the game is concerned. So you can shoot a fire rod right through it. It's because the game converts the block into a sprite for the move, and then converts it back into a block again. And while it's a sprite, fire rod shots can go straight through it.
I was doing so good on the menus, and then
I mean, you gotta give us a chuckle somewhere. At least you didn't mirror before Cap. Never mind. That happened during practice.
yeah, I've mismenued a lot during practice.
Hey, you know what? This run is. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah, we're just gonna be quiet here. Oh, this run is going terrible. It's in shambles.
It's in shambles. This is the worst run I've ever had. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to get the most broken item in all of the Super Nintendo, the Cane of Samaria.
Get so broken. So much fun stuff you can do with it. We're never gonna see.
We're never going to see most of it, because, I need the key. There's that, intentional damage that makes things difficult. Executed optimally there, you go out of there with 8 or 9 hearts. I have 6. So we're going to...
So there's a bunny beam under that pot. They can be turned into fairies as well. It does still exist there underneath the pot. Like the game has it there. So when you lift up the pot, then it gets released, but you can just plop powder on top of it and the game will just convert it into a fairy for you. Easy. Look at you using this Cane of Samaria normally.
Don't know if I have Spooky set up. I think I correctly set it up. Oh no, I used powder.
I deleted the...
I deleted my Ancilla, that's fine. We gotta do this the normal way. There is a relatively recent discovery that allows you to use the fire rod to hit switches that are off the screen. However, using the powder overwrites one of the values that you have.
Yeah, you could have. There is like a way to fix it with like boots. It's a altitude value or something like that. You can fix it with the boots, doing a dash as you put down that. No, you can't. Can you?
You throw a block into the pit to set the altitude variable, but neither here nor there.
So we're gonna go into. So the strategy for this is you're gonna take damage on the slime. The slime does less damage than these eyeballs. These eyeballs hurt a lot if you get hit by them. Whereas the slime doesn't do as much damage. So you can take damage on the slime on the ground and then use the iframes, the invincibility frames to basically
work with enough arrows.
Oh, wait. Alright, you're going to do some slashes or spins. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's not too bad. It's 8 arrows to kill the eyeball. You only had 7, so it worked out.
It worked out.
You just don't have any arrows anymore. Do you really need them for the rest of the run?
Yeah.
You do?
Almost.
Almost, yeah. Well, you'll have some opportunities to get some, right?
There are plenty. There's plenty of arrows in the run left.
Hi, it's me again.
Yeah, it's you again.
The OI Foundation strives to build public awareness and generate additional support among individuals, community organizations, public agencies, and medical professionals. Up-to-date information on OI, from medical issues to daily living strategies, is available by phone, internet, fax, and mail. The foundation also reaches out with print publications, press releases, DVDs, and the website.
Perfect timing. Okay. So now we are going to head to the last dungeon, Turtle Rock. Double check, make sure I have all the items. Yeah, okay, good. Didn't forget anything.
You didn't forget Ice Rod?
I didn't forget the ice rod. That's important. So you get to see RNG the mountain again.
This is climb number 3.
We're going to go a different way this time. We are going over here. Because now we have our handy-dandy hook shot. all of these caves, this cave has 7 chests in it. Yeah, they're all junk. Should go through and figure out how many checks you actually make in any percent run.
It's not a whole lot.
It's not a whole lot. I want to say it's probably 50.
Dead rocks. Please. No, alright. I mean.
Let me pick up the rock, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Hit these hammer pegs in a specific order. That order does not change. Thank goodness.
Sounds like a fun mod to make, though. Randomizing the TR pegs.
Okay, Philian.
We don't randomize the TR pegs.
But you can.
I can. I've done it before. It's only funny once, if that.
It's funny less than once.
Like a half of a once?
After you hit the first peg, it is funny there, so it's funny for 1/3 of the time. Okay, I guess I'm going that way.
I mean,
Taking the scenic route.
not the worst. Alright, so he has to light these 4 torches. And then there's a little shortcut here. So you can just like switch to the hook shot yourself off, take a little bit of damage, but then you can just make your way up here quick. Missed the iframe window just by a little bit.
The iframe window. And open this one, not the other one. The other one is the map.
Yeah, we don't need paper.
I relearned that the other day.
We live in a digital age. We don't write stuff on paper anymore. Not even a giggle?
No,
Ah,
not even a giggle.
not even a giggle. Throw enough spaghetti at the wall, something will stick, right?
Sure.
All right. Worst. This is like one of the worst rooms in this dungeon.
This is a really bad pattern here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna reset that.
You're still on the super tile, so.
Well, we're doing this live then.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, because these
Yeah. So those
Oh!
There you go. Those Mario enemies that are in the Zelda games for some reason do 4 hearts of damage.
I mean, you can. Yeah, you're gonna just bail yourself out here.
This dungeon. The last 2 dungeons of this game, the game expects you to have the blue mail in here, which would make me take half damage from all of these things, but that is the item from Ice Palace, and we just skip that dungeon pretty much, so yeah, I don't have any armor upgrades.
Yeah, Levon remembering to pick up some arrows. Yeah, Levon's gonna need them later. And 3 of 4. It's good enough for baseball. And then pick up the big key.
Yeah, go pick up the big key. Go through this maze of pipes. There's no way you can tell which pipe goes where. They're not layered at all. I like how they create some level of depth in that screen.
Yeah.
That's really cool. This is it's just as wonderful just how this game just really stays timeless. This game looks really great even today, honestly.
Even 30 years later.
Yeah. You can't say that a lot about a lot of games from this generation.
I got my fairy drop right there. Yeah, prize
It's a little late. But.
Little late.
So, prize packs. So the way this game, the drops work, it's not completely random. Each sets of enemies. So there's 8 prize packs or 7.
8.
8
prize packs.
I'm indexing by 1 or 0. All right. Anyway, on topic now. So there are 8 prize packs in the game, and different enemies belong to different prize packs. And the prize packs is a series of drops that can occur, and they happen one after another. So say we have a prize pack that has a bomb, a rupee, arrow, bomb. The first time you kill an enemy, you have a 50-50 chance of getting a bomb. And then if you get that bomb, then the next enemy you kill has a 50-50 chance of getting a rupee. But if you don't get that, if it doesn't drop, then the next enemy is still going to be a rupee. And you progress through that prize pack until you get to the end of it, and then you circle back and you start over again.
Yes, I'm taking the safety door.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's why.
That's why.
So that's kind of like that's like the 10-second, except it's like a minute explanation for prize pack.
Yep. So what the reason I was talking about that prize pack, that fairy is in the same prize pack from the guards that you kill in Hyrule Castle when you're climbing Aghanim's Tower. So if you successfully manipulate something from that far in the past, you want to see that fairy drop in this dungeon an hour later.
I think like the ideal spot for it is in that room before the chain chomps. I think is where you want to see it
Ideally,
typically.
yes.
Ideally, but sometimes you just don't get any control over that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's a 50-50
Want to
chance.
talk about Trinex?
Oh, Trinex. He has 3 heads. You're gonna cool this one off, hit it. Takes 5 hits per with Tempered Sword. You managed to not get the ice to come down. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So both heads are down. We needed the fire and ice rod for those heads. It's the only way you can make them vulnerable. And then it's going to be 5 hits on Trinex itself.
Spins count for double.
Spins for double, yep. And that's actually a pretty clean Trinex.
Pretty clean.
Yeah.
Then we have the final crystal cutscene. So now's the last chance I get to throw it over to you.
There we go. Forgot I have to wait for this microphone to turn on. Anyways, we still have those bid wars open for the Pokemon names. That'll be coming up right after the Kirby and the Amazing Mirror run with Mr. Shasta. We have Groudon, Kyogre, Latios, and Mudkip to name. Groudon is currently, Lamar is currently leading with $5 for Groudon. For Kyogre, we have $5 for Kendrick, which is leading. Yeeter, which is the second name, at $1. Latios is, of course, for $5. There's currently no name for Latios, so you can bid $1 and get a name in for Latios. And Mudkip, currently tied Chocolate and Kipper for $5, and Go to Bed Gooby for $1.
Okay, so now we're going to head into Ganon's Tower to save the princess the 3rd time.
Oh, didn't you? The princess was in the crystal, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We
Crystal
just saved
7.
the princess. That's right, yeah.
It's the princess.
No, it's Dungeon 8. Turtle Rock is...
Turtle
Rock
is
it's-
7.
No, that's
It's
8.
the crystal. Dungeon
Misery
8.
Mire is 7.
Oh.
We do 7 and 8 in correct order. Shocking, I know.
There's 8 Darkhold dungeons?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm lost too.
What?
You're lost. We're in Minneapolis.
It's not wrong. Alright, so this is pretty much going to be standard execution. Push this block. Still a lot of hook shotting in this room here. Kind of. That's an intentional block, by the way. I'm not paying for that one.
Hit this the first time before I hit it the second time.
Alright. And then there's a setup here. He's going to throw the boomerang and he's going to hook shot across. Very nice. He's going to go ahead and go into this room right here.
Iframes.
Yeah.
So when the hook shot is extended, you're invulnerable. You can't take damage from anything.
That's the second cool property of the hookshot.
I went the correct direction.
Yes. So in Rando, you go the opposite direction because there's like a bunch of chests there, but we don't want those in NMG because it's slow. And there's nothing in there. You're gonna have to grab some arrows.
Yeah, that was intentional. There's arrows there. I knew there were arrows there, but I'll take it, sure.
Yeah. I'm not judging much.
That's...
Oh, it's like you're bomb jumping that. You can bomb jump it.
Can bomb jump it. I need that bomb.
Oh, that's right. You do need the bomb.
Yeah, we're just gonna reset the room.
Alright. Yeah, if you had more bombs, then yeah, you could probably bomb jump
more
it.
bombs, I can bomb jump that, but I don't. So, I'm gonna put those pots back in.
So, well, we needed that pot because we're gonna bonk across here because there's a gap right there that's invisible.
There is a... Please. Got these arrows. So, in Ganon's Tower, you fight the 3 Light World bosses with some slight changes to them. This is Armos on ice.
It's the hot new musical coming to a theater near you. Man, the cool new musical. I really dropped the ball on that one, didn't I?
Pick up the big key. That's the bombs. I wanted this one.
And we do need more arrows because there are a few more uses for these arrows. And you really don't want to run out of arrows at this point. It gets kind of ugly. There's a way to fix it without having to find arrows, but it's kind of annoying. Mimic Clip is legal in NMG though.
I do not know how to do it, so...
Yeah, well there you go. So we're gonna get these mimics lined up here, and it's just 2 per.
Plus an extra one into the spike for good luck. It's RNG manipulation.
BMOS, please. Oh, at least you got the long distance snipe. At least we're done with arrows stuff, so.
No, I still use more arrows.
For
Gauntlet.
okay, yeah. But nothing that's required.
No. Over here, there's an optional refill room. It has fairies and magic and bombs and arrows. But I'm looking pretty healthy here, so...
Yeah, you're in good shape.
I'm just working my way up into the gauntlet. So this is like a series of challenge rooms. Kill all the enemies to move on to the next room. Excuse me. Oh, and there is an item you can get in this dungeon. It's the red mail, which makes you take 1/4 damage from all of the enemies. It's very powerful. It is one of the first safeties that you drop because it's a little bit out of the way, even though it is incredibly useful for your first couple of runs. And speaking of getting into this game, there is a person who used to run this game, Fruit Bats. If you want to learn how to run this game, they have an excellent beginner's tutorial. It shows you where all the safeties are, all of the basic strategies. This is going just as swimmingly as the first time I fought Landmolus.
This is a fairly easy speed run to get into, honestly, especially because there are different routes with different levels of safety, and the route that has the most amount of safety, it's a pretty solid route. You'll get a good PB out of it, but it's not anything that's crazy execution. Over time, you'll learn to drop some of the safeties out of your route and get to the point where you're getting like sub 130. Sub 130 is kind of like It's like the
That's the big break point.
yeah. It's
I am not quite there. Although this run is going pretty well, but I don't think we're quite doing that well.
no, this isn't gonna be. You want to know what your time is?
Nope.
All right. There you go.
I don't.
I don't think it's nearly as bad as you think it is, but
Probably not. It's also probably not as good as I want it to be. So
that's fair. Alright, so we have these mini Helmosaurs, which we just completely ignore. Maybe throw a bomb, and then we drop another one for good luck, and another one also for good luck.
no, I dropped those for items, for switching things.
Oh.
So I don't have too many. Although I want to kill that anti-fairy. Come on. Why are you staying all the way up there? It just did not want to be powdered.
I mean,
I don't blame
it
it.
has self-preservation.
No. So the third Light World boss is Moldorm. Sometimes you get bodied.
You're at 120 right now, so keep it up.
Yeah.
Nah.
No. Even I know that's a lie. Shot across this gap. And once again, we have the game doesn't know what to do with blocks while they are in transit. So you just go right through it.
Yeah, because they're a sprite, the hook shot will go right through them. So, they're a sprite while moving.
And the last Light World boss was the Wizard Aghanim. Now there are, spoiler alert, there's 3 of them.
We get to study up on our agonometry here.
The 2 clones always shoot reflectable balls.
That's a nice triple. Should need one more. There you go.
I nudged. Hey, look, I did it too.
Everybody is
Everybody
messing with
is
their microphones.
Messing with the microphone.
Alright, so there's Aga.
The only time that the bird comes into the Dark World is here to transport you to the pyramid. It's magically superpowered.
Alright, so this is the Aghanim. Oh, this is the Ganon fight, not Aghanim. We already took care of Aghanim. A bunch of more text. He's gonna saying some stuff about Dark World and getting you. And
Missed.
he's really asking if you just want to have tea with him, but you're saying no, in a very aggressive manner.
Yep.
Alright, so it's going to be 12 slashes, and then you're going to go into, now we're in phase 2. It's a 12 more slashes once we hit phase 2 here. These bats, oh, alright, it's a kind of bad pattern here.
I think that should be 12.
Yeah,
Put one more for good measure.
Yeah, your hook shot is like your friend here. It will save you from taking damage. Like as you can see right here.
Liberal use of the hook shot and vulnerability frames.
Alright, so now we're in phase 3. We just gotta just tap Ganon here to get the edge
Yeah,
down.
the number of warps he does here is random.
Yeah.
You can influence it by how well you do the Armos fight.
And this is Torch Glitch. Oh, alright. So basically, if you light the left torch before the right torch goes out, that right torch will never go out. Both torches have to be lit for Ganon to take any damage. Now what Lavan is doing is what's called Silverless Ganon. Normally you're required to use the silver arrows. You slash Ganon, turns blue, you hit him with silver arrow, do that 4 times, you win. But in this case, LaVon has to do a spin. It's a 3-frame window, but because he's spinning, that frame window only has to hit while the sword is in the hitbox. So it's fairly generous. We're just gonna do 12 of these spins and it'll be speed GG, right?
Yep.
That's how this works. Just don't fall.
Coming up on time.
Yeah, I mean. Time will be when the mosaic effect starts after crossing this bridge.
Crossing this bridge here.
So will this be a second here?
Fanfare of, hey look, you did it, good job.
Here. And time.
Well,
Now,
that's all I have here. Thank you very much for having me. It's great to be at in-person events again. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you Midwest Speed Fest crew for putting this on. This is always a great marathon. I always enjoy either attending or running in it. Thank you for the 2D Con staff. They spent a lot of time and effort to make this possible this year. So very much appreciated, everybody. Any other shout outs we want to do? The link to the past randomizer, or the link to the past community.
Yeah, the link to the
Not
past
randomizer, we don't care about them right now.
most of the link to the past community doesn't actually know that I'm doing this. I didn't really put it anywhere. But if you want to learn the game, highly recommend. It's a lot of fun to learn.
There's a Discord for there's a Discord out there.
There's Discords
Just go find
for everything.
it. Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you very much.
Thank you.